Hello friends, welcome back to this series of C++ tips and tricks. And today we are going to discuss more about the references. So in the previous video, we saw that how we can dereference the reference variables. That is how we can print the value which is pointed to by a reference. And we discussed that you don't need to do anything, right? Just like in case of pointer, you need to do like this. If you want to print the value at a pointer, at a location, then you need to use asterisk p. But in case of references, you don't need to do anything. You simply need to use the name of that variable, that reference variable, and it will be automatically dereferenced into asterisk p. All right. So if you will run this, then you will be able to see this, right? And that is why this is useful over the pointers when you have to create a constant pointer. If you have the situation like this, then in that case you can use it in C++ code, right? In case of C, you need to write this way, but in case of C++, it has made it easy for you by uh, giving like this. All right, so let's do a quick revision of few more facts related to the references so that we can close it. And that is like how we can use it for different kind of reference variables. Suppose these are the two variables. This is the one variable int a, and I'm going to create one reference variable. Reference p is equal to a, and then I'm going to write like int reference q. I'm creating two reference variables. Reference q is equal to address of p, not address of p. It's simply p. So what is happening here? I have created two reference variables. One reference variable is p, which is pointing to a, which means that p is nothing but it contains the address of a. P is just another name of a. Now if I do something like this, int reference of q, and q is pointing to p, then what will happen? Q in fact is pointing to this only, a only, because p is pointing to a, so anything which is pointing to p is automatically pointing to a only. So p is pointing to a, and q I have written as p. I have assigned p to the q. Int reference of q is equal to p. So in this case, both p and q are the other name for this variable a. All right, so that is why this p and q both are the references for a, and both are the aliases for this variable. So how they are converted internally? So internally, you know that this is converted like this: int asterisk const p is equal to address of a. And when you do like this, then in that case, int asterisk const q is equal to address of asterisk a. Please remember this. Asterisk p, right? Address of asterisk p, because ultimately p is a pointer, right? This reference is nothing but a constant pointer that I have explained you, and this is what we are doing here. So the only way of writing the reference is like this in C++. Otherwise, internally, this is something like this. So when you have written one reference variable which is pointing to a variable, then it will convert it into like this. But if you have written some new reference variable and which is pointing to an existing reference, then internally it will convert like this: address of referencing p, reference p, which means that whatever value to whatever p is pointing to, please give me the address of that location. So which is again a. So you need to remember this. These things are asked many times in the interviews. So you must need to understand this. You must need to remember this. And that is all about these kind of constant variables, which are known as the constant pointers, which are known as the references in C++. So I hope you have got it useful for both the references videos, from the today and the previous video. So that is all for references. In the coming videos, we will keep discussing about the reference variables and its uses as we will move along. But as of now, we are fine with this one. So let's close this. And before closing, just for your information, just for your confirmation, we need to just print all the addresses: %u, and then /t, then again %u, and then again /t, then %u. And I need to print the address of all the a and address of P and address of Q. So you can see that all these values will be same because I already explained you internally what happens, right? So please remember this, and just for the confirmation, we just see that all these addresses should be same. So you can see, here you go. You can also do it yourself and you can see that all these variables will come to same. So I have discussed mainly the two things today. This one where a reference is pointing to a normal variable, and this one where a reference is pointing to some other reference. Then what happens? This happens inside. Behind the scenes, when compiler compiles this code, this happens. So this you need to remember always. So I hope we can start with the next topic in next video. Till then, have a nice day and bye-bye.